biggest event on the NABBA calendar.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be a part of it?
Oh, it's a real privilege is the only word I could use. Yesterday was probably the best universe from start to finish I've been a party to. I was just delighted with the whole show. Ran like clockwork. Northern Ireland did pretty good there with a few good guys. Our Linda Cassidy has been chasing a place on the universe. Rostrum for years, got up there. A young lad, Jason Ross Jr., came in 5th place. He's had a terrible time with sickness and illness. I'm just delighted he managed to get up on the podium. So, and then Tony Mount, the crowning glory, and not forget our over 50 guy, Lady Chang.
Oh yeah,
amazing. I mean, the guy just gets better and better and better. Phenomenal.
Well, I mean, Northern Ireland obviously is producing some of the best bodybuilders in the world. You had Mark Getty overall Mr. World and professional Mr. World earlier this year.
Yeah.
You know,
Mark Getty.
Tony Mount won the Pro Ireland last week.
Yes.
And now he's 2nd at the Universe. You know, it's only going to get better from here.
Hopefully so. Yeah, we're very lucky. We've actually got 3 pro competitors now in Northern Ireland. We have Alistair Smith, Mark Getty, who's our reigning world champion, and of course Tony, and 3 fantastic bodybuilders, and 3 quite different bodybuilders as well in the packages they bring. You know, Mark is pretty much the ultimate mass monster. You know, he really showed that at the Worlds. And Tony in Mr. Condition, you know, very symmetrical. Al again, you know, a bit taller than Tony, class 2 compared, comes from a class 2 background, very symmetrical, very hard on himself, his conditioning, and just 3 fantastic athletes. I can't wait to see how they do going forward.
Yeah. It's the 65th Mr. Universe contest.
That's right.
So it is a big year. What's it like to be part of the 65th Mr. Universe?
Well, it's I've been involved with NABBA as an operative, if you like, since 2011 when I ran my first show. I started with NABBA in 2010 and worked at the University of Britain. And to be honest, the standard is definitely getting better and better. The community in the NABBA family, which everybody's starting to call it this, but it really is very strong. It's great to see people like yourself from the other side of the planet. We only get together once in a while, but there's definitely a bond between us all, and it's certainly there between the athletes as well. I think it's fabulous, and it is a real, again, I say the word again, privilege to be part of it.
Yeah, as I said, the bond between the athletes is pretty obvious. I know there were a few issues last night with guys getting tanned up, and I think true to form, when going gets tough, the tough get going. I had our Masters competitor yesterday telling me that all the Masters competitors were helping tan each other up because there was someone backstage who was running a bit late, and they made sure that everyone was where they needed to be right at the right at the time. So
which in an ideal world is how it should be, and we're very fortunate that we were in that ideal world yesterday anyway, because that's what happened.
So where do you see NABBA going in the next 12 months, 5 years into the future?
Well, I've high hopes, for the Pro Division. I'm very excited about the Pro Division. I think if we create and manage the proper opportunities for our pro athletes, it's going to be a big movement within NABBA. Of course, to keep the standard coming through and keep the athletes coming through, and also, big push on the junior classes would be good. Some new blood coming into the sport, because there are some fabulous bodybuilders out there, and we do seem to have a good retention factor for the athletes staying with the NABBA family. They seem to enjoy competing with NABBA, and
well, I think we've got a structure here that provides for professional development as well as longevity. We've got the juniors, we've got the opens. We've got the Mr. Class over 40, over 50, and of course the professionals. So depending on which way you want to go as a male athlete, you've got got those options. The only thing we're probably missing is a junior women's and a masters women. But again, now that's sort of I don't know if that's on the horizon, but
I mean
we have those classes locally in Australia and at other events. So
I think there's a place for it. I mean, interestingly enough, we had a mother and daughter standing on the same stage last night, which you would never have put them as mother and daughter. They look more like sisters, but that was incredible. And credit to them, they both look fabulous.
Well, I did ask the daughter, I said, how old are you? I said, you look really young. And she's, I'm 19. I said, okay. I said, well, we need a junior Miss Universe.
Yeah.
Maybe hopefully something on the cards for years to come. But again, it's just about giving people new opportunities, and that's what NABBA's always been about.
Yeah, absolutely.
We were the first to introduce women's bodybuilding, the first to introduce juniors bodybuilding, over 40s masters. Yeah. So, it's only only going to get better from here.
It definitely, and I think the regional shows that operate. You wouldn't even have to run a different class as long as you understand the age groups that your competitors are in.
Yep.
They could maybe get a chance to compete. If you've got a area show, and maybe you're only getting 10 female competitors in the toned figure or the trained figure. We can separate those out for the finals. You know what I mean? I think it's a good possibility. Yeah, be good.
So the Worlds next year in Malta.
Yes.
You think Northern Ireland is going to have big successes again?
I hope so.
Well, I've heard that Mark is going to try and go back to back with Pro World wins, so that'll be good.
Again, I would never underestimate Mr. Getty. I've never yet to see him stand on stage and not make improvements, and it was absolutely amazing in Belfast, and what a place for him to win the World Championship in his home turf. With the home crowd, and the atmosphere was electric when he won that, and I think Mark, wherever he goes, is going to be a force to be reckoned with, because he's not going to turn up out of shape ever.
All right. Well, thanks for talking to us. We'll catch you at the World Championships.
Yes.